Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Good. How was your rest last night?
It was good, but my brain was busy. My brain was busy, so I was up at 5. So just let me shut my phone off here.
Sure, give me one
Always
second.
get somebody to call me and as I be in an uninterrupted meeting.
I'm just connecting my headphones. Can you hear
I
me?
could hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful. So how are you this morning? Tell me.
Good. I'm good. I'm energized to get my website really wrapped up. I'm at the last pieces, but they're really big pieces. Like
Right.
they're intensive work to get them in there. So the other stuff was kind of fun and just a little piecemeal, right? Pulling stuff together. But now it's like taking all the properties I've ever worked with and sold or leased or whatever, putting them into profiles so that they're separate and kind of like being able to pull on their own. And then as well as taking all of my video stuff and creating blogs from those into my, so they're big pieces, right? So
Have I introduced you? You use Cast Magic, right?
uh,
From my stuff, that's where you see some of the. Have you gone into Cast Magic?
yeah, I think that's where you have all your stuff that's recorded, right?
Yeah, and it actually creates a blog. So they've done a lot of updates. I'm gonna just share it with you because they've done a lot of updates to the software. I highly recommend it, especially if you're gonna continue to blog. It would be very valuable. And so this is the recording. So you have two settings. You can, or multiple settings. So let's say I want to add a space. Um, testing two. Okay, save space. It decides you can do a podcast, you can do a YouTube channel. So it does clip finder, keys and bullets, discussions and questions, meetings. They could just be straight meetings that you've recorded or coaching in itself. And so they've updated this so you can change the settings. They have different setting types. So in your case, you do a lot of your videos are just YouTube videos, right? They're not so you could do like blog, like use this to blog, or you could do podcast, and the podcast actually gives you, I think, a blog. Which one gives you a blog? It used to. Well, let's go with podcast. But podcast, actually, let's just go into one of my podcasts. So then it gives you all the stuff, right? And then your AI content, here's, that's where you get your titles, your keywords, your introductions, your
Nice.
timestamps. You get key topics and bullets, your clip finder hooks and timestamps, so you can actually like go and cut to your videos if you wanted to. Your reel script, your LinkedIn post, your newsletter, your
Oh,
tweet
wow.
thread, and discussion questions, and now it's even does threads by Instagram.
Okay, and what's that one cost?
So I'll send you the link.
Do you have an affiliate?
I do.
Good.
So I'll send
I
you the
think
link.
everybody that does these things should grab the affiliate link.
Yes. It's gone. You can't get it through them anymore. So now you have to get
You
the.
have your own, like when you signed up for this, did you sign up to get your own affiliate thing so that it will give you money back?
Yes, yeah. I'll be able to send you the affiliate, but the point is, it used to be, so I paid like $130 for lifetime access. This is the monthly
Oh,
fee.
Oh, this is by the month. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, but now it's like it's not available anymore. That's unfortunate.
Well, let's see. There might be something out there that's just
Yeah.
not that particular.
They do it, they get it going, and then once they launch the product and get some stuff and start building features, then they either increase the price or it drops off the deals. I'm gonna reach out to the guy though, the guy that I connect with, and find out from him for sure, because maybe I can still get you the Cast Magic deal. Because what I did is I actually purchased it for a friend. And so I'll say the same thing. Look, I wanted to purchase it for a friend with the AppSumo deal. Is there any way that I can get the lifetime again?
Right.
And then I'll purchase it for you. You install the codes and you can just send me the cash.
So I have one here that I've gone, I see, but I prefer if you get credit for it, you know, like whatever it is, but I'm seeing on it, what were you on a sample or
AppSumo, yeah. What's the one?
So I'm on there and it's just it's saying a lifetime plan. And then it's plan 1, plan 2, or plan 3.
Is it Cast Magic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then hold on. Why couldn't I get it?
But I'm not seeing the actual link to grab it. 20 hours a week, automated versus automatically, podcast. Try it out for 2 months.
Yeah, see, if you see lifetime deal, it says this deal is not available.
Okay.
You see?
Plans and if I go to plans and features, no, I'm not seeing that it's the lifetime. Turn in audio. Oh, unavailable. A bummer. We know. Don't miss a great deal again. Drop your email. Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll reach out to Blaine, who I think is the owner or something. And I'll say, hey, you know, I purchased this for a friend and I was just gonna purchase it for another friend. Can I have the AppSumo deal? Would you give it that to me?
Yeah.
That I originally got my other friend. And then if he says yes, then I'll purchase it for you, like because it's like $130 for like 600 minutes. You would want the 3 tiers because it's just here. I'll look it up and see what it is.
For how many minutes, like per month or per year or what?
Per month. So let me just see. Let me just go and see.
Getting in on those lifetime things is so beneficial because you pay it once and you've got it and they just give you the updates, right?
Yeah, and even if you don't use it a lot, like for the price of like 3 months, you mostly like get the whole thing forever. And it's like someday I will probably use it. I'm just like a course junkie, I'm an app junkie.
Trust me, I know. I hope my washing machine's spinning, so I hope it's not too loud.
No, I can't hear it at all.
Okay.
So let me just see how much I paid for Cast Magic. 1 second. I'm just looking up my receipt. I don't want to take too much of your time, but if you can get something like this, especially this one, at such a deal, it will just save you a lot of time.
Yeah.
Okay. You should be able to see my invoice. View purchase history. Here it is. Cast Magic, $117 US, and I got 500 minutes.
Yeah, that, I mean, I might use a lot of it right now as I get my vlogs up and going, but I wouldn't use 500 minutes after that, right? Like,
no, but then you have it forever. And actually they offered, I think before they took the deal off Cast Magic, or they took it off and like they wanted like an injection of funds to promote some features.
yeah.
They offered an extra 200 minutes lifetime for like $130. $100 or something, or
It
130.
just get you that way, like, would you like a few minutes? And then you're like, I'll never use that anyway, so.
I did it because I'm gonna do dumps, and that's just it. Like eventually I'm gonna be doing so much between client sessions and the
Yes,
podcast. I'm gonna have a lot to do. And all of this is like content, it's worksheets,
yeah.
it's all for me, like all of my client sessions.
It's like AI in one spot with your own personal content, and I think it's probably safer there than like on like ChatGPT and all that kind of stuff, right?
I think so too, because it's within yours. Like it's not using it to learn
Yeah,
and feed out, right?
yeah, it's taking your stuff and making it and creating
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm every time I go somewhere, it's just bringing me to the same thing, not available. So
Yeah. Yeah. So and then the monthly, the deal that I got would have been $100 a month.
oh, you're paused.
Oh, sorry, I froze. Can you hear me?
Frozen. I don't know if you can see me, but you're frozen. Can you see me?
You're frozen, but I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and now I can. Okay, it says my internet connection is unstable. I was having some issues earlier this morning when I was trying to get my computer up and going. It was spinning a bit, so I restarted it. So let me just shut down everything on my computer to make sure that.
Do you need to restart your router maybe?
I'm wondering if I do, but we don't need to do it right now. I think it'll be fine if I just shut everything down. But we had some. Am I still frozen?
No, I can hear you.
We had some issues the other night with our dishwasher. We shut off the router, or we shut off the breaker. So I went, and it was on the same breaker. So I'm wondering if that messed up my thing. So
Right. Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Our grandkids come and they push buttons on the dishwasher, and an error message was coming up for like a 24-hour delay start, but it wouldn't move from there. So
Oh no.
we're
Reset.
trying to figure it out. So anyways, yeah.
Sorry, we got derailed on the software piece, but I feel like that's important because it'll do a lot of time saving for you.
Yeah.
And let me know if you need to. You can just create your own little podcast. If I'm not able to get it for you and you just need it for your website, we can just pop you into like create your own little section, your own little product in mind, and then you can go in and just do what you need to for your website, and then okay. Actually,
Well,
let
I
me.
mean, I'm not there today, so let's not worry about it today.
Okay.
I'm not there today.
Okay. But I will reach out to him when I'm going to my MedPoint appointment. So it's like 3 hours and then you're waiting in between.
Properties today, properties the next day. So those don't require that. So there are already things that were already formulated. I just have to recreate them. So yeah.
Perfect. So I'll look into that, and the worst case scenario, if I can't get it for you, I will get you have access to Cast Magic, right? And you can just create a spot.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that right now. Yeah. Thank you. That's a generous offer, but
you're welcome.
I'll worry about that as we get to there. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So yesterday I just kind of dove in and did a few things for that client and reached out to some agents. So I'm going to view 3 properties today. Hopefully they're trying to organize them so I can preview them for this client. So hopefully that will be good. And I just want to wrap it up, right?
So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so what do you think shifted after our conversation?
I don't know. I just thought I needed to dig in to figure it out. Like I needed to do something more than I was doing and not just sit on this kind of a thing, right? And then we'll go from there. So yeah, I just think I'll dig in, and the proof will be in his stuff anyways. And if they decide to move forward, I provided everything I needed to provide. I'm vetting him as best I can. So it's kind of like the proof is the proof, and I need, sometimes personalities don't always necessarily connect deeply, but that doesn't mean they're wrong people, right? So let's just kind of get through this. And next week when I meet him in person, I'll know more.
Yeah. So notice that. Notice that awareness, right? Okay, so it's not necessarily wrong.
No,
We're not clicking, but notice that need,
yeah,
right? I need to feel good about everybody to interact with them.
right? It's true. It's true.
And so, but the truth is, we're in service industry, and there's certain things that you do need to feel good about. And then there's things that you just need to do your due diligence about.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this is a lease. It's not a purchase. He's not a person who's going to be moving here long term. This is kind of like a one-time shot. And so this really is just a transaction. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Because there's not a long-term investment and I know it.
Okay, so what shows up for you as you acknowledge that?
I got to shift. That's not right. I can't treat people like transactions just because I know they're a one-time transaction.
Okay, I'm feeling a lot of emotion under that. So tell me about that.
I love to keep people in my life. I don't like to invest in people that aren't going to stick around. That's big.
So take a nice deep breath in. Okay.
I'm going back to kid stuff again.
Go for it. Bring it up. What's
Just
showing up? What's the memory?
tired of making friends that weren't there, that weren't long term. I have moved a lot as an adult, probably, and I remember thinking as a kid, and I go back to one scenario, and I didn't even know this girl very well, but she came and they moved and they were coming to our church, and her name was Bernadette. That's all I know about her. I probably knew her for less than a year, right? And our family started to hang out together, and I really liked her as a person, and then they moved away. I was very, very upset. Not only was I upset, I was also jealous that other people got to have experiences that I didn't because my parents were just these people who stayed. Now then I grow up and I moved. And my kids hated it. I've thought about it a lot before, but not putting it together in regards to how I hold people in my life and hold space for them. Because the truth is, everybody comes into our life for a time and a purpose. And what is their role in what our journey is, and what is our role in their journey? Because it's not just one way, right? It's a two-way.
So sit with the feeling. How would you describe it?
I think we're sad. A little bit of, I can't say regret, but remorse about, I've always had pride in myself that I treated people so respectfully and honorably, and yet I'm layering something that shows me that I don't.
And so what does it mean about you to have a bias, to have an expectation?
I think that's pressure on other people, for one, that they don't need. They're already dealing with enough stuff. And I maybe wanting to control how relationships are, protecting myself in one part, but controlling the distance they get to me and how I let them.
Take a nice
That
deep
makes
breath
me
on that.
sad.
Yeah.
That makes me very sad. Because I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to have to say goodbye to people. And because I don't like to say goodbye to people, I get overwhelmed with the fact that, oh my gosh, it's going to be work to keep these people in my life because they're way far away and I have to intentionally do some of this stuff. And that's energy and effort away from other things. It's not easy. And how do I let people go and be okay with it?
Well, what does it mean to let people go?
I think just, if somebody comes in and they go out of your life and they move and, I've always felt like I was the one chasing people to continue a relationship. They're not the ones coming back and checking in on me. And yet if I stop, I still have this feel like I'm letting people down. And they don't care. They don't think about me, obviously. Like, if they did, they would reach out. So why is it so important to me to, I guess, worry about being forgotten?
So let's take
This is
a
not
little
where
bit
I
of
was going today. This is not where I was going today.
but clearly it's showing up for a reason, right?
Showing up for a reason.
It's ready to be healed, right? This is a lot of like responsibility you've put on yourself.
I know, I feel it. I totally feel that pressure that, oh my gosh, you're leaving. And now I have to continue to reach out. If you don't, you feel you're going to worry that I don't love you, that I don't care about you, and that I used you. I don't want people to ever think that I've used them. I'm terrified of being thought of as like narcissistic, that I had people in my life for only a reason, and then I just let them go because they're no good for me anymore.
Okay. So where's the compassion? What's the compassionate self-forgiveness there?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's dig a little deeper. Okay, so let's go back to that younger version of yourself. You thought about Bernadette.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the earliest memory that you have, the first one that popped in, where you felt like you were being forgotten.
I don't feel like I was forgotten by Bernadette, but I do feel forgotten by one of my best friends. Our families were best friends, and she ended up moving away. And I held on to her.
How old
And
were
I
you?
think, oh gosh. So, well, we spent our whole lives together until she was about, I guess probably it was about 10.
And would that be your earliest memory of being forgotten?
I don't know. It's the one that stands out.
So just let's go with that one, because I'm assuming Bernadette came after.
No, I think she was before that, but I didn't,
Oh,
I was angry that she was leaving me, but she had no ability to connect back. And I think there was an understanding about that, right?
right.
But my other friend, Cindy, our family's still kind of connected. And as years went by, when I tried to communicate and pick up on a relationship, it was just very, just generic almost, and I love to keep people in my life. I want to, how are you doing? And it was like, well, you're just somebody I know, not somebody that I love. And that kind of hurts. And so when I know people aren't going to be around, I have a tendency to, I guess the word comes to me, aloof with them, more just put them in the acquaintance section right now and never give opportunity to have them speak into my life or me speak into their, whatever that looks like.
So let's go to that 10-year-old version of you. Okay, do you see her?
Mm-hmm.
So what does she need to hear? What makes those friendships so important to her? What do you think she would say?
I think she was going through tremendous, horrible things on her own that she didn't know how to talk about with her family. I don't think it's anything about me.
Yeah. So those relationships gave her a reprieve, right?
Mm.
Can you see how she made them so important?
Yeah. I just have person after person that are just flowing through my head of come in, go out, come in, go out, and how I still, to this day, try and connect. Still to this day.
Okay.
Like I could name them right now. Linda, Patricia, Melanie, Cindy, right? I don't know this person. I don't even know her last name, Bernadette. She's just like the big catalyst of the whatever memory. But I can tell you right now, those are the childhood people that I still try and keep into my life. Tammy, but Tammy and I, we connect, we still are good. But these ones are very different.
Okay.
And I feel sad because I feel like I had a perception of our friendship that they didn't have. And it makes me worry. And I worry about, I will want them more as a friend than they want me as a friend. And that's a rejection level.
Okay. So let's step back for a second, right? If they are rejecting you because you want them more as a friend than they want you as a friend, notice the reason that you needed them so badly as a friend. Okay? That young girl who had a lot of turmoil, did not have a lot of support. So these friendships were a real reprieve. They nurtured something that you were not getting in your relationships at home.
Yeah.
And so, had your needs been met at home, do you think you would have come at these relationships with the same intensity?
I think I would have had a different perception because I had the fear of this feeling rejection all over. So I think that exacerbates the whole feeling, because yes, the go away, do your thing, you're just a child in our family. Our family's about my mom and my dad, and then the kids were just
Accessories.
I'm serious. That's just, and I think that reality. And then, and so I don't want to be an accessory in somebody's life. I want to be needed as much as that. And maybe I was trying to replace them with my family that wasn't there.
Okay, just take a nice deep breath there. And there's probably judgments coming up about that, and that you're carrying that dynamic today. Whatever judgments are there, they're not really serving a purpose, right? We know that as kids, we need our needs met. And our mechanism is to find ways to fill our needs.
Mhm.
Okay. So what does this little girl need to say, this younger version of you, this younger Dania, need to say about what she needs in relationships, especially in her family?
You're valued. Our family wouldn't be complete without you. That you're not an inconvenience, which I know we've talked about before. That I'm wanted in the family, not just something that happened. I don't get in the way, you know, and that this is hard for me to say because it doesn't make sense to me, but that they want me in the family as much as I want to be in the family, because a lot of it, you don't really feel like you want to be in the family because you don't feel wanted. Does that make sense? You
Yeah,
know?
but that's the nature, right? This was your family as a little kid. Logically, you know you don't want that because it didn't serve you. But in the heart of hearts, when you were born, your mama was your mama.
Yeah.
She was your person. She was your person. Your dad was your, that's where you expected to have safety. That's where you were placed to have safety. And you didn't get that. You didn't feel welcome. You didn't feel wanted. And so it's not for us to judge what a child needed, because it was what she needed.
Did I ever tell you that when my mom told my dad she was expecting me, he was mad because I was being born during hunting season and that was taking away from his special time. And then he was determined I was a boy, to be a boy, and I was a girl.
So notice that. Okay. Right from the get-go, there was an acceptance of your presence. That energy.
I was an inconvenience for timing that, and that's true. I struggle with it anytime I need something, or I feel like I'm in somebody's life. Am I an inconvenience to them? Am I a burden to them? Am I just creating another facet of what they have to do and stress in their life because they have other plans?
Notice how uncomfortable you got when I was offering solutions for you. That would involve my involvement. That would involve my giving to you this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Like you were like, whoa, 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 we're not there yet. And I totally get that we're doing your session, but it was like block, cut, like get me out of here. Watch the replay.
Yeah. Oh, well, and I knew that was, I could sense, like, I was like, no, I'm just going to keep this separate. And that's so that if something goes wrong, I guess it's still mine. I don't have to, you know, even though I know when I love you that I trust you, there's always that reserve because
She's gonna go away.
just they're going to choose different, not me.
Very interesting. I don't normally go off on a tangent, but apparently I needed to for us to see how it's playing out in now. And by the way, just so you know, if I get you the codes, the access is fully yours. It's just the deal that is coming through me if we can get it for you, just so you know.
Funny. That
But
is interesting how that, because I am always worried that other people are going to choose, I guess, first, that I'm not good for them. And I don't get to weigh in on that, and I don't get a fair shake.
And so we're going to come back to this, but I want you to take that away and notice specifically in your interaction with me where you have been reserving yourself or holding yourself back for fear of not being enough. Because you are doing work with me. And so that is very interesting to notice, right? Right? And we know you fell into the pattern of wanting to do everything perfectly, not delivering anything that was half complete. All of that is feeding from this dialogue, from this narrative. Okay, so we're just going to talk.
To show absolute mind-blowing perfection so that you feel like you don't need to go anywhere else.
Right.
Sorry.
No. Actually, you know what? I think that this dynamic was divinely orchestrated for you, because if we were working just one-on-one without the element of the exchange, I don't think we would see the layers the way we're seeing them. It's like the universe is like, Dania, or your higher self is like, Dania, you need this. And I'm getting goosebumps as I say this, because you need this, because you're not gonna you're gonna be all happy-go-lucky and you're gonna gloss over the stuff that you need to deal with.
Well, here's the thing. I've been glossing over it for almost 55 years.
You're a master glosser.
It's shiny. But it's true. And when you talk about it, you put it on the table and you see the threads that go to every single part of my life, to the part that I think I'm just portraying me. And people go, fuck, I don't want to get close to her because she's too perfect. Like, people have told me that. That my kids as friends come into life and they're like, I'm terrified to go in that family because it's like the perfect, and the mom's the perfect, and this and that, and you know, all the stuff's together. And you know, they say that some of the people who have the best outlook out here are the people that have the mouse mess inside, right? And it's true. And I see that, right? And they're afraid that I look so perfect that I won't accept them.
Breathe that in for a second. Ooh, I just got to chill. That must have been a big realization.
Yeah, because then that's just reverse judgment of exactly what I was saying before. I'm worried that they're not going to want me in that yet. So how do you fix that so that there's not that in the air?
You heal that younger version of you. You see her now, right? So let's go back to her. Let's go back to her. Okay. And I know you're like, shit, I don't want to go back there.
No, I keep seeing an image that I go back to, and I think it's the last time I spent time with my friend Cindy, and just the joy that we had of being together. It's the geekiest, awkward looking picture. But it's kind of like, you know, that there's that moment that it changed after that because they moved away, right? And their life changed. And she had a lot of stuff go on. Her dad nearly died. Think about that. And I'm worried about me and what she feels about me. And yet her dad, like, her dad was in a very bad industrial accident where he was crushed by some beams, like that literally bounced all over his whole body. Like, he nearly, like, he was crushed. And I'm worried about how she feels about me. That's very selfish.
Yes, but let's not judge that little girl. Okay. We know that from our adult mind.
Mm-hmm.
But for her, that joy and interaction. And remember, nobody modeled how to care for others.
No.
So how would you know that that wasn't important, and like that you had a say in, or you could do something to give her some support at that difficult time. How could you know that?
I don't think I had the ability to do anything anyways. I mean, it was 1979 or 8 or whatever. Like, we didn't even get to just pick up the phone and call people because long distance was expensive. Right? Like it just was. And so you didn't have that. And I think there's that frustration. First of all, when people moved away, you just didn't have the ability to reach them. And now I have the ability to reach them, but there's a big void of years and time. And I still hold this special place of what they were. And maybe they have that too, but it's just different. I don't know.
Yeah. Your younger version of you is still showing up with the bond from then,
Yeah.
whereas you are today. So notice how it's almost like you're trying to time travel
Yeah.
in the dynamic in the relationship. But that is because that younger version of you didn't know how to connect, didn't have the ability to. And notice how developmentally, it's not necessarily appropriate or like in conducive developmentally to understand those things, especially if nobody had modeled them for you.
Right.
So let's come at this beautiful little Dania
Mhm.
with so much love. Let's see what she needed, not what she didn't do. Okay, because that's what we're here for her. Like, I'm sorry, but fuck the world. Like, you're here for her.
Sure.
Like, what value does it add to you to worry about Cindy and what she went through? Acknowledgement, recognition of the situation, but what value does it add to you today to sit and worry for her when you're not even addressing you?
Yeah.
Notice that pattern too. Even when you have a chance to focus all the attention on you, you are pulling it away because it is not natural to have the attention, to have your needs met.
All right. You're very right. Take a step back, give everybody else what they need first.
Even in this session where it's all about you. Yeah, big gulp. Notice that.
It's like if you could reach through that computer and slap me.
Right here, Dania, right here. That's why I had to say it so intensely. Fuck the world. Because this is about you. You care for you first, and then from your overflow, you give to everybody else. You heal you first, then you show up with that love and compassion because all of a sudden you're a master in the way that you show up with people. And it's not for you anymore.
This is all just kind of come in. If I go back and I think about things and how I was like the very bullied kid in school, and there were some people like those people that I mentioned to you that were safe havens for me. When they went away, I was afraid that I would never have that again because they were that safe place for me, because everybody else out there was not trustworthy, that had an alternative agenda for being kind to me, and that was only to get me to a place where they could humiliate me. And no one likes to be humiliated as a kid. I was humiliated by my father in his disciplinary actions and how he was and about us in public, and how he was as a, in his disciplinary issues, and then so were all the people that I had to be with, that I was forced to be with, and the people that I loved to be with were taken away. And I didn't know and didn't understand how other people would come into my life and be important.
Okay. So this is this awareness, right, of this young girl. So what does she need right now that you can give her? What does she need to hear? Visualize yourself at whatever age you need to right now. Feel free to close your eyes and visualize her. What does she need? What is she asking for?
I don't know. I don't think she had the capacity to ask, and I don't even know what to say to that, because the truth is I was paralyzed to feel. All I
She was
felt
just
was fear. All I felt was anytime I make a move, I'm stepping out of line in regards to somebody else's idea of what I should be doing or feeling, and it was never the right one.
so notice how she was in freeze. Okay.
Absolute fear and terror, so much. You know, my dad was he's such a different person now. If you ever meet him, I hope you never can carry a judgment for the things that I share with you about him, but he was very abusive, physically, beating us and stuff. And I mean, I've dealt with a lot of this and I've forgiven him, but it's obviously there's things that impacted in different ways, you know. So what I feel about him is different, but the truth is there's still things that impacted other areas. And he was such an angry man. If you didn't do what he wanted and expected you to do, we've talked about the lists and the things that we've had before, you were beaten. And I was terrified because I wasn't my dad's an absolute genius. I was talking to my cousin about this last week, that my dad isn't bar none a genius level. That's just the way it is. And he would help me with my homework, and I would be so confused, and he would get angry and I would get beaten because I couldn't understand when I couldn't do it at what I was doing. And I was terrified to tell him I had homework. So I started lying about homework, and that just exacerbated the whole thing. And I remember at 9 years old getting off the bus, walking from the bus stop to my house. I'll never forget this. And I hope that one day I can completely forgive myself for thinking this way. I hope when I get to the house, they tell me my dad is dead, because I didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Okay. So you don't need to forgive yourself for that, right? This was your needs not only not being met, but you were being aggravated as a human being. Okay. There was like unacceptable levels of aggression hurled towards you in an adult capacity, and now you were a child.
Yeah.
Do you see how you don't own any of that? Okay.
Kids are just the innocent parties to a journey of a family that someone else decides.
You didn't choose that. It's, although some people think they did choose it, but you didn't choose how he was going to behave.
No, but that's why I keep myself why I am, because I don't want to have to feel like I have to go with everybody else's idea of what I have to deal with. Like, I don't want their abuse. I don't want, so you can stay over here because I don't want to get close to you. I don't want to trust you and have you beat me, call me names, have an expectation that I can't live up to, you know? and why I have to high perform for everything so that you never get to the part where you feel like you fail me. Or I feel like I fail you, you know, you feel like I failed you, whatever that looks like, right? So, you know, my dad and I worked on a lot of stuff, but it all comes with a lot of unsaid stuff. You know, they say, sometimes you'll get the apology, you know, or don't accept the apology that you never get sorry for or something. I don't know how it works. But I know my dad has apologized to me, and I know it was a complete blanket apology and a very sincere one. I know that. But it doesn't negate how it impacted me and how the threads are so deep into so many facets of my life.
Our actions have impacts, outcomes, and consequences.
Yes.
And the fact that he apologized to you does not negate the impacts and the outcomes and the consequences.
I hope that it would just magically all make it, you know, smooth as butter, or, you know, put the icing on the cake, and yet I still, when I say I love you, I'll wait. Because I never heard it till I was an adult. Or if I heard it, it was, I'm beating you because I love you and I want to make you a better person, right? This whole shit about this hurts me more than it hurts you is right, right?
So who the fuck cares? If it hurts you enough, then stop. Like, so that's an old, distorted way of thinking.
This totally is. It totally is. And you know, I wanted to do better by my kids, and I don't know, I hope I did, but that's their perception will be their perception, and their hurts will be their hurts. And I'm the first one to apologize if I feel like I've done something that hurt them, which I never really had that until 6 years ago in my kitchen downstairs when my dad apologized to me.
And
he's
so,
coming in like 6 weeks, right?
well, then this makes a lot of sense as to why this is all coming up.
Yeah.
You're going into freeze again. You were frozen with this client's work, and then you're searching for reasons because I don't trust him, because he doesn't look trustworthy, because da 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 da. And while your instincts might be true, they could also be informed through the filter of this pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm hearing most is that this little girl needs safety. She needs safety, love, acknowledgement, and welcoming.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be nice to just walk through the door after school and know that people were on bated breath to see you walk through that door because it made their day? Because their world missed you. Because you're a part of them, not just an accessory. Or you have kids to do your work for you. I guess that's what I need to know. I need to know that I just wasn't created to be a workhorse for my parents. And I wasn't created to be I don't even know how to put it. Just that, you know, you don't have children to do all your work for you, to create chores for, and so that you can create a life over here and do stuff, and they're doing all the Cinderella stuff at home.
Hand on heart. I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding.
I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding.
That I need to continue to
That
see myself
continue to see myself
as my parents' workhorse.
as my parents' workhorse.
The truth is, even if they didn't see me as a core love in their life,
as a core love in their life,
the truth is, I get to love myself that way.
I get to love myself that way.
And the truth is that even as a little girl, though I needed them, today I get to be what I need.
Today I get to be what I need.
Take a nice deep breath. Okay, and the next breath, we're going to visualize the breath going in through your nose, in between your eyebrows, into the middle of your brain, and then down the center of your body, through your throat, through your heart, through your solar plexus, through your sacral area, right down your root, right to the tip of your perineum, and then exhale back up. And so take a couple of breaths like that, visualizing the breath moving through the core of your body and then coming back out through the core of your body. If you can exhale through your mouth, that would be great. And whenever you're ready, let me know. I forgive myself for judging myself, for finding ways to meet my needs as a child.
Meet my needs as a child.
The truth is, I was so resilient. And I was so looking for beautiful joys in my life. And the truth is, I just wanted to be in love. I wanted to feel love. And I wanted to feel joy.
The truth is that all those joyful moments I created in my mind, in my heart, in my head, as I took myself to places that nobody else could see, that they can be a reality. They are my reality.
So there's a lot to unpack here. So I don't want to just continue with compassionate self-forgiveness because I feel like you need to be with this younger version of you quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm being bombarded with memory and images and just the things that I used to cope and survive, and how I was told they were just making me aloof and daydreamer and not living in reality.
Well, why
When the
would you want to live in reality?
the truth is that that's what kept me from dying.
How bad did you feel as a little kid that knowing who you are at the core, knowing what kind of person you are today and were back then, how bad and how much pain were you in that you literally just wanted somebody to stop existing in your life? That is not for judging, that is heartbreaking.
I know it breaks my heart to think that way, because it's so not who I am. And to think that I went to a place where, because I can just take myself there in 1 second and remember walking and everything around me, and just my heart pounding and just saying, I hope. And the disappointment I felt when I walked through the door, and there was my father.
Okay, this homework's going to be a little bit challenging, but it's necessary, I think.
Yeah. I think I got to embrace this client, and I know it might sound funny for me to just bring this up, but this father is leaving his whole life to move to a country so his 2 daughters can go to school, leaving his wife, putting his children first.
Do you see why that would be very challenging for you?
I was questioning his motives because of my experience.
How can he have so much love for his daughters?
Yeah, he's even bringing 2 of their dogs. Like, I mean, seriously, when nothing makes sense about how nothing. I need to love on them. They're lucky girls.
And how does that feel, honestly?
Well, I say it and then I think, but what if? Right? There's that thing that tries to come in the back of your head. What if he's not a good dad? What if he's like an abuser? What if he's, like things, because that happened to me, right? So I have to chew this one. I have to digest this one, because this is very deep. This is about service when it doesn't make sense.
And so the world around us shows us what's actually happening inside.
So weird. So weird.
And like, how could you stand to see this father giving so much to his daughter? There must be something wrong with him. That's not normal. That's not acceptable.
It's not normal. It's not normal.
In your experience, right? That's exactly that would be valid and true from your experience.
Yeah.
But this is actually what's possible.
Yeah.
Will he be perfect? No. Will you love him? Maybe not. Maybe he'll be abrasive. He'll remind you of all the things you didn't get.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll hate the experience. But it's about doing your job and doing it well, which is you're a master at.
Yeah.
And then all the other noise, you have so much resilience to deal with it. Okay. So your homework, you're getting floods of memories. Part of your busyness right now, notice how we dealt with stuff we got some wins, and then you got really busy, too busy to deal with life. That's a coping mechanism. Because you've opened the hatch to what's possible.
Right.
And even like in these situations, instead of becoming aware, it's more comfortable, it's safer to not fall back into those emotions, to not deal with the freeze, to not deal with what's actually happening, and to hide away and just, be busy. So remember, the homework was for a reason, was
Yeah.
to highlight how uncomfortable you are at being still.
Yeah. And I have done much better at it. I have to say, I don't take a planned moment. I take it when I see the opportunity is right for the day. Even to the fact, so my husband got me to get my fishing license so I could go fishing with him. And he went out in his kayak and I went out in mine. And do you know what happened? I lost the friggin' fishing rod in the water. And I sat there and he's like, I thought you'd just go back and get the other fishing rod. And I said, no, I literally just sat there and enjoyed the day. And I thought about everything you were saying to me and how I needed to just sit.
How
So I've taken a
nurturing.
lot of moments like that. That's just one of the big examples.
How nurturing though, right? You are a nature person.
Yeah,
Your nature calls you. That was your safety when you were a kid.
go in the woods and walk.
Yeah. And so nature, connecting to feeling grounded, feeling your feet in the grass, in the dirt, whatever.
And these.
Yes.
Reading and nature.
Yes. So go sit under a tree with your feet in the grass, let your butt get wet, and, read your books or journal. Okay, so the homework, let's be clear about what the homework is. So, first of all, journal the memories that are flooding in. And actually, if it's easier for you to do a video and just talk, that's fine. But there is a lot of value to also writing because you'll get more than what's accessible in your cognitive awareness. And then notice what need you were trying to meet as your younger self. And then the memories that are really charged still, I want you to go and walk with her. Okay? Walk with or be with the younger versions of yourself. On the really charged memories. And talk to her. Like, imagine yourself having a conversation with your daughter, but you are your daughter. You are your own daughter. Like, who you were is in your adult version self is talking to her, and have a conversation. And if she's in freeze, imagine how you would treat her to support that. How would you bring her back? Physical contact, I know it wasn't necessarily safe for you from your parents, but like envision yourself giving yourself the most needed hug. Okay. All right.
Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. Great and powerful work today.
And all I wanted to talk about is what's the balance between being confident and being pompous. That's what I came into this conversation with today.
Well, the balance is knowing you matter.
Yeah.
And not needing the validation, because pompous needs the validation.
There you go.
And all of this plays into it.
Yeah. All right, well, I got homework to do. I got some people to serve, and
Go get it done.
go get it. All right, you have a beautiful day, my friend.
You too. Bye-bye.